one thing. See, we are all here, right, today. You are here, we are here, brothers are here. They are helping us, trying to learn and help us build skills. So I believe that we have 100% commitment, right? So I give it for this,
Yes.
for this entire intervention.
Yes.
100% commitment right now. So what is that we can expect from you guys? 100% what? Commitment, dedication also. Commitment plus dedication. Wonderful. Let's see this. Can you hold your hands like this? Each one of you breaks. And take your left hand one step up. Yeah, all your left hand. Yeah, good, brothers. So all you need to do is move this hand like this with little force. All you need to do is move this hand. Wow, great. Can you get it back? Once again. Come back. Go down. Further down. Can you do it once again? Wow, awesome. Come back. Once more. Come back. Go up. Now you should be making sure that you don't hit the person sitting next to you, okay? Take your right hand, one step up. Do this. Come back. Once more. Come back. Go down. Further down. Here we do it. Awesome. Come back. Once more. Come back. Go up. Now this is what you need to do with whatever energy you have right now. All you need to do is with that energy you need to bring both the hands together like this. Can you go back and do it once again? Once again. Once again. Once again. Once again. Once again.
I think we'll stop here to continue the program. But isn't it amazing, friends? I still remember a very good friend of mine told me that no good deal is actually one side. Avuna kadandi? If you have to make things happen, it has to be from both the sides. And let me tell you, our commitment and your commitment, if it is here, we can take something amazing. For whose? For whose sake? For our own selves. Yes or no? Yes. So with that commitment, let's start off. I have just something very interesting, incident to share. When I share this incident, this comes from political background, so don't get into too much of politics or religion kind of thing. We'll take only learnings. Is this okay, guys? Yes. Yeah. Very interesting incident happened. It's called Agra Summit. Anybody is aware of Agra Summit?
Yes.
Gospel Bishop.
Yeah.
The Bishop came to India.
Right.
There was a meeting Vajpayee was very need to break the rules and to resolve the issue of the line.
So,
India and Pakistan, I think that's a wonderful initiative which was taken by both the governments to make sure that there is peace. And they wanted to discuss about the line of control. And this meeting happened sometime in 1998 or 99, I don't remember, late 90s. And as brother rightly said, it happened in Agra. General Pervez Musharraf and Vajpayee met, Prime Minister Vajpayee ji met in Agra to discuss. That's one of the best initiatives both countries have taken. That's something which we need to look out for because we need to live in peace. So both came, wonderful, but they had a meeting. There is a little incident which happened, which people talk about. Let's understand personalities first. Okay, General Musharraf, his background is army background. Yes or no? Yes. Did you ever meet any army person anytime? Yes. Yeah, we have met, right? The way they walk, the way they talk is something amazing. Yes or no? Yes. Ita nadustuunte tak 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 sound vastundi. Avuna kadandi? Yeah. He was like that, very boisterous, energetic, wonderful guy. Very powerful guy. Counterpart, Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji. Already people smiling. Cool and calm, like Dhoni, cool and calm, and he was a little old, yes or no? And he's a wonderful, very, very amazing guy, and he has a వండర్ఫుల్ విట్ అనమాట, అంటే హ్యూమరస్ పర్సన్ అనమాట ఆయన. మీరు స్పీచెస్ వింటే కూడా చూస్తుంటారు, దెర్ ఈస్ లాట్ ఆఫ్ పాజ్ ఇన్ బిట్వీన్. ఎస్ అర్ నాట్? Both these individuals met, very interesting thing, and they greeted each other. But you know what happened? General Musharraf, when he came in, he actually shook the hands of Mr. Vajpayee. Can we shake hands? Yeah. You know, generally there are different kinds of handshakes and kondaru em chestaru top hand istaru. This is called top hand. You must have seen people giving top hand. What is top hand? My hand is on the top, yours is down. It's like commanding, you're taking control. Yes or no? Some guys actually give only little hand, this much. అంటే ఏమంటే చేతిలో నుంచి వెళ్ళిపోతుందని, ఓన్లీ లిటిల్. Yes or no? It's called fishy hand. Some guys don't give handshake, they want you to take. Okay sir, please go. Kind of thing. Yes or no? Yeah, he's really taking it. Wow. You know what he did? Can you come here, sir? Well, brother. He came, very boisterous, energetic person. Yes or no? General Musharraf, he came and he shook the hand of Mr. Vajpayee like this. And he gave a top hand, he shook the hand so vigorously, in the process Mr. Vajpayee got hurt. Old man, you know, army guy, yes or no? He got hurt. And all the guys were actually capturing all these things. You know, two big personalities when they meet, all the media is covering and they are interpreting everything. Body language, ఆయన ఇట్లా వచ్చాడు, ఆయన కిందికి వచ్చాడు, ఇంకా పైకి వెళ్ళాడు. These all things would happen, yes or no, in the news? And this was also absurd. For a moment, Mr. Vajpayee felt he was, he felt that, General Musharraf was dominating. Now he can't do anything, old man. Now he can't overpower and say, now I'm on your top. He can't do that. Now, not only this, very interesting statement it seems General Musharraf used. What was that? He came, he shook the hand and he said, Mr. Vajpayee, I am here to change the histories of both the countries. What a powerful statement, kada? It's an amazing, powerful statement. He said, I am here to change the histories of both the countries. And Mr. Vajpayee was suddenly thinking, physical dominance, verbal dominance. But being what he is, he's a very, very humorous person. Yes or no? You know what he said? He came and said, Mr. Vajpayee, I am here to change the histories of both the countries. Mr. Vajpayee, in his own sense, he said, I don't mind if you change the histories, but please don't change geographies. Yes or no? I'm just bringing back that incident not to prove anybody right or wrong, friends. I just wanted to tell you that if you know how to communicate and when to communicate, you can still come on top. Yes or no, sir? Yes, sir. This is a very, very good example of how to be humorous. With use chestundu humorous ga undu. If you know how to communicate, you can still come on top. I think this is one wonderful demonstration of power of communication by Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji. Understand more that person's situation and it made them give more money. Yes or no? If you have to make others understand your situation, I think we should empathize for to understand others, and they should be empathizing with us to understand our situation. This is a pretext study, because we are getting into something which we all need to know, the communication styles. There are 3 communication styles. One is called being aggressive. There are 4, but I'm not getting into the 4th one. 3 are important for us. One is aggressive. Second is passive. The third very important thing is assertive. Aggressive communication. This is power of sharing anamata. You share, but sometimes we tend to be aggressive in our communication. Yes or no? Can anybody define what is aggressive communication? Aggressive communicators. Sometimes we look at people and say, this fellow is aggressive. Yes or no? Sometimes we look at people and say, oh, this person is little passive. So what is aggressive? First we'll look into aggressive communication style. People
don't bother about others.
One of the
very interesting characteristic of aggressive communicators is they don't bother about others' feeling. Yes or no? I have to say something, I say. I don't bother how you feel. Whether you feel bad or good, I am not bothered. Yes or no? That's a very interesting characteristic. Can we give him a round of applause? Very interesting. Anything else?
And what's a vigorous?
Oh, vigorous hand movements. Body language is really high. Yeah, they use. They are very expressive. Yes or no? And they use their body language. Vigorous, wonderful, very good, interesting. Yeah, that's what aggressive communicators do. Anything else? Can you say something?
They never listen to other people.
Wow, can we give him a round of applause? When aggressive people speak, they say listening is your job. Your job. Talking is ante. నేను మాట్లాడతాను మీరు వినాలి.
What they said is right.
What they said is right. They always talk about their feelings, their beliefs. They are insensitive to others. They don't listen, and they only do monologue. It's not a dialogue. It's only monologue, one-way communication. This is what aggressive people do. Yes or no? But they have a wonderful trait and a manchi quality. They have a wonderful quality. What is that quality? Can you think of? Oh, they have confidence. That's a good word. Confidence. They are very confident guys. What else? They are very expressive. They don't mince their words. అంటే ఆలోచన వచ్చేసి మాట్లాడతారు. It's actually good. You need to be expressive. Yes or no? They believe in themselves. That's the reason they are very confident. You know one thing? They can say no. That's a very interesting quality they have. What is that? They can say no. If they want to disagree, they don't even think twice. They put their foot down and say, no boss, I don't want to come. I don't agree. Yes or no? Is it good? Yes, sometimes we need to say no, sometimes we need to disagree. But the problem with these guys is, they can't take no's. Yes or no? They can't take no's. The moment they hear a no, their adrenaline rush goes up. Bloody hell, how can you say no to me? This is something about aggressive people. Passive communicators, we are just defining. I'll ask few people to come here. I'll give you a situation and they have to role play using this. Is this okay? So passive communicators. Any characteristics of passive communicators? What they do?
They'll be giving pauses and everything. With some humor, they will start.
Yeah, humor. Okay, humor. But this feedback. Okay. Passive people generally they take time to express. Sometimes they don't express. Yes or no? They keep their feelings to themselves.
Suppress the feelings.
Their own style express.
They use their own style. Everybody has their own style, but these guys don't express sometimes. Yes or no? And one bad quality about passive people is they can't say no. See, if somebody asks you, brother, today is Sunday, lion, and you have a 9:30 to what time? 5 o'clock today. They say, yeah, Anna already promises, and Anna can't. Hey, brother, lion, let's go. And you want to come here, but he's a very close friend, and because you are a passive communicator, you can't say no, and you also become lion. Sometimes it happens, right? So passive communicators, they don't say no to others. Why? Because they are insensitive to self and sensitive to others' feeling. They can't share their feeling that they value others' feeling. Yes or no? So extremes are matter. Now what is happening, friends? We need to understand, because tomorrow when you get into corporates, being aggressive or passive both are bad. But honestly speaking, when you get into a corporate, even if you are aggressive, we tend to be passive in front of everybody. Yes or no? But how we react when we come back home can be little aggressive. Extremes are matter. So there is a middle style which is very important, which is called assertiveness. అంటే ఈ రెండింటి మధ్యలో ఉంటుంది assertiveness. Any idea about assertiveness? ఎప్పుడైనా విన్నారా assertiveness గురించి? Word?
Diplomatic way.
Act according to the situation. There's a wonderful definition on assertiveness. Assertiveness means It's a right to state my feeling. Do we have a right to state our feelings? Mira anukunna thoughts, feelings, do you have a right to share? Yeah. It's a right to state my feeling. However, I take up responsibility of others and make sure it doesn't hurt them. So, when you can articulate, if you can speak in such a way where you speak your thoughts and feelings without mincing words, but still make sure that the other person is not hurt, that is called assertiveness. And that is what we all need to learn. Is this okay, brothers? So this is a simple understanding. We'll get into the technique of assertiveness. Right now we'll get into some role plays. So, I need a couple of guys. Who's going to come here? Okay, I like these two guys. Of course, everybody I like. But these two guys, I've seen them raising their hands. Can you come here? Yeah. Can we give them a round of applause? Okay, we'll see a demonstration of aggressive, passive. First, కొన్ని situations ఇస్తున్నాను. Few situations we'll demonstrate aggressive style, passive style. Then I'll give you a 3-step technique of assertiveness, and I want few people to come and practice using that 3-step technique. Is this okay, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What do you think? What situation we need to give them? So, cricket match. So, what is the situation?
Sometimes what happens is because of the weather,
Okay.
even though we have nice bowlers, nice batsmen, because of the bad weather, we lose the match. So on that they will discuss.
Okay. There's an interesting IPL season is going on, so brother is giving us a cricketing situation. We'll come to that. So what you need to do is, anybody, you can choose which style you want to do. The situation is simple. We'll take up the same situation which I spoke, right? You have decided to come to this session today, okay? Very close friend of yours. He's a buddy since childhood and What he said, brother, today I need your support here. I have something very important. You need to come to me, come to my place, or he's with you. He said we need to go somewhere for 2 hours, 9:30 to 11:30. But today, it's this situation happened. Is happening early in the morning when you're getting ready to come to this session. So he's a very close friend and he's requesting, Anna, you should come. I need your 2 hours. We need to go there 9:30 to 11:30. And your situation is you already decided to come here. Yes or no? Now, how you want to communicate with that gentleman is what you need to show. First, same situation. You try to be a little aggressive communicator. Show your aggressive style. Is this okay? Next, what we need to do is the same situation. This brother will play passive communicator. Yes or no? So when you are playing aggressive, your choice, whatever you want to say, you can say. But we are more focusing about you, how you are, speaking to him in an aggressive way. Is this fine, sir? Understood? Okay, here we go. So first you should come. The situation starts when you are trying to request him. You ask him to come with different thoughts. Okay? Okay guys, see this is a learning session. I know we are talking about communication. It's good to speak in English throughout. Yes or no? Yes sir. That's how we learn. However, if you are not finding words to express, you can do it the way you want. What is more important is understanding the style, understanding how they speak. So any language which you are comfortable with. Is this okay, brothers? Okay, let's start out.
Hi.
And very important, you are very close friend. Yes or no? Yes. So the way you do it with your friend, that's how you should be doing. Yes or no?
I don't know. Very important like 2 hours is very important. We should be there. Expecting even 9:30 to 11:30. Yeah, I'm expecting you should be there.
We'll shift it to
No, I'm expecting you
actually I have a session. I have decided I'll go there.
But
Fix.
being you are my guest, I am expecting you. I am asking you for the first steps.
First work it is money.
Important meeting with my friend, so I need to take you.
మీటింగ్ కదా తర్వాత
It's fixed already.
ఫిక్స్ చేసి సరే తర్వాత చూసుకుందాం మన ఫ్రెండే కదా
Yo, okay, నా సిచ్యువేషన్ అక్కడ నువ్వే తిరిగిపోవాలి.
నేను ట్రైనింగ్కి వెళ్ళాలి
Training, it's like
సాఫ్ట్ స్కిల్స్ ట్రైనింగ్
important. It's only this week.
16 weeks program.
16 weeks program. This is only for 2 hours and this is how we do.
మన ఫ్రెండే కదా ఇప్పుడు తర్వాత కలుస్తాం ఈ వీక్ పోతే నేను నెక్స్ట్ వీక్ చెప్పారు కదా
Next week, you can any of internet, you can browse it or you can.
But the problem is, if I come here only, they'll give me the access. It's something like, you come here, you get the job. You come here, you get the meal. It's something like that kind. Our friend only will meet afterwards. Tell him, call him. I'll talk to him, make call to him.
But I already gave the word to him that I will be.
Yeah, but we are friends, man. We'll take it, no problem. Tell him that I have something.
Actually, this actually came from US, so I can't regret him or I cannot.
He came from
USA.
Okay, tell him to take rest. We'll meet in the
He
afternoon.
is leaving next week, so we
Next
don't
week we
have
have
a
1
chance.
week of time. Don't worry, we're going tomorrow after 1 o'clock or maybe at 2 o'clock. How we are going to plan to go? By bus. I'll bring bike. Don't worry, we'll go in half an hour. Where we lose?
Nearby, I can just-
Nearby only. Tell him to wake up 1 hour afterwards and take him to have a good meal. We'll go and meet him for lunch.
Yes, Ra, but he's.
Okay, we'll stop here. I think there are many. If I give a situation to some people, they actually think these guys actually it's from in situation they went to US, they got the friend and they are doing really good. So we'll interpret his style, our brother's style. What style did you see here? Communication style. Was it aggressive? Yes. Okay, why do you think it was aggressive? How many of you say it was aggressive? Okay, anybody tell me why you felt like that?
He's not even.
Oh yeah, very interesting. He's not even listening to his needs. Ask him to buy bus, no buy. He's really influencing. Yes or no? He's not even giving him chance to complete his verse. But he's not even listening. Yes or no? Yeah, very interesting. Anything else? Saying no. Yeah, that's a very important quality. He said no, nothing doing boss. I have decided to go there, I'll go there. Yes or no? Yeah. But still, I think it was not openly aggressive. Very well done. It was not openly aggressive. Why? Because this gentleman was still giving some options. Arey mama, 6 o'clock in the evening. Convince. Generally, aggressive guys don't give options. You know what aggressive guys do? Vachava. Neeto ide problem undi. Nakedana pani unte nu vastavu. Nothing doing. I am not going to. Arey, no, nothing doing. Don't even ask. I have to go. Are you saying this is openly aggressive? You don't even listen. You don't even acknowledge what he's saying. And even if he says something, I am not going to come. Do whatever you want to do. I'll go there because this is what I have decided. Yes or no? This is openly aggressive on matter. Very well done, brother. Let's see. The same situation. You will do a passive. Now you are going to disturb him. Yes or no? Yeah. He will take his time. 2 hours. Right? 2 hours. His time. Yes.
What is the plan?
The time is fixed from 9 to 1 o'clock. I am having my sessions.
No chance of me.
No.
Yeah, we have planned for a movie from Benefit Show.
Movie.
Benefit
Yeah,
Show.
we go in the evening. We get.
Evening punishment channel. Benefit Show. Free tickets.
ఈవినింగ్ పోదాం మామ నాకు ఆల్రెడీ ప్లానింగ్ ఉందని చెప్పాను.
బెనిఫిట్ షో అర్థం చేసుకో బెనిఫిట్ షో ఫ్రీ ఫుల్
మస్తీ ఉంటుంది కనెక్ట్
మజా
నేను ఫస్ట్ 3 o'clock వరకు పబ్బుల్నే ఉన్నా, మళ్ళీ 4 గంటలే పడుకొని వచ్చిన సెషన్ కోసం.
సెషన్ నెక్స్ట్ వీక్
నీకు తెలుసునే నేను మినిమం 8 hours పడుకుంటా, కానీ ఇప్పుడు సెషన్ కోసం 3 hours పడుకున్నా. నైట్ 3 o'clock వరకు పబ్లో ఉన్నా. సో ఐ హావ్ లాట్ ఆఫ్ ఎంజాయ్మెంట్ ఆల్రెడీ.
కానీ అర్థం చేసుకో 9 o'clock ఆల్రెడీ టికెట్స్ బుక్ చేసిన మన బ్యాచ్ అందరూ వస్తారు, మనం మిస్ అయిపోతాం.
లైట్ తీసుకోవాలి మూవీకి ఇప్పుడు ఒక్కటైనా ఎప్పుడైనా పోవచ్చు.
అందరం ఉంటాం కాబట్టి లైక్
వారానికి 4 మూవీలు రిలీజ్ అవుతున్నాయి.
అందరం ఉంటాం ఒక్కలే చెప్పి అందరం ఫ్రెండ్స్
ఎన్నిసార్లు మొదటిసారి
Okay, we'll stop here. They put the direct intervention complicated. The way they are creating a situation out of nothing is amazing, yes or no? I said two more words. He is saying enjoyment, he picked up from enjoyment itself. Enjoyment means only right brother. So what's his style? Let me interpret his style.
He's not dealing passively.
Oh yeah, very well. You are expressing. You know, passive guys, what they do? Mauna mama, important. I also have something very important. Kani, చాలా important అనేది. You know, he's very close to friend. Yes, sir. I think the way he also started very interesting. Brother, do you have some time? The way he started off very well, and he was defending. No, I need to go. So, passive people try to be very, sensitive to others' feelings. So they generally what they do. Okay, mama, I thought of going to the session, but you are more important for me. Ekkada veldam, pada veldam. So they give up. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Right. Very well done. The role play. Can we give them a round of applause? Thank you very much. I need 2 more people from this side. I like the people who sit in the back. Yes, sir, brother, come in. 1 more person. This side. Yeah. Based on whatever discussion we had, now you have little understanding about passive and aggressive, right? I'll give you 1 more situation. A typical workplace situation. Almost the same. Typical workplace. You play the aggressive guy. The same situation next. Role play, you will play the passive guy. Okay? The situation is, you joined, which company do you want to join?
Infosys.
Infosys, man. Can we give him a round of applause? Yeah. The Infosys the job of Jason. First day, you are pretty excited, and KT session, I think, 1 week induction program, everything was told, and you wanted to give your best because it's a dream company, and you're into the projects. Already 6 months done. Probation period, you're excited. You are now a permanent employee. So, boss has come and he has given you a kind of work for 1 hour. Boss will change. Hey, brother, you need to complete this in the next 1 hour. That report he needs to generate, and that work takes actually more than an hour. But if you are there, you have a wonderful capability. 1 hour akkada kurchum chesar anukondi, you can complete. So you took it as a challenge. You wanted to show your manager that you are a capable guy, and you sat and you started working. You can't even take a break for 2-3 minutes. If you take, then you will have a problem completing, which you don't want to get into. Yes or no? You want to complete the project and show your manager that you are a capable guy. Understood the situation? Yeah. Brother, you are again from the same batch. Which company do you want to? You have to join only Infosys. So, you're his colleague and also a little bit a good friend of his. So you have some problem. You go to him and you're asking him to, requesting his time for 15 minutes to come for a cup of coffee. You want to discuss a personal problem of yours, and you feel he is the only person who can solve that problem. Yes or no, sir? Are you in this situation? So he'll start off, he'll come, and you're busy projects. Yes or no? So how you handle him as an aggressive communicator, you should show. Right, sir?
I said,
Hi.
is it right time to talk?
Actually, I'm busy. As my boss gave me work for 1 hour, I need to complete. Okay, I'll give just 5 minutes for you. Tell me what's your problem.
Actually, I have some problems. Only this, that's all. Can you say this?
No. Oh, I'm sorry, I cannot give you more time rather than 5 minutes. So, please, you just leave me alone. I need to work my program and all.
Only 5 minutes enough, sir.
No.
Please.
No, 5 minutes, nothing. It's actually 5 minutes also is very important for me. As just a friend, I gave you 5 minutes. So I'm sorry, I cannot give you more than 5 minutes.
Then later can I see?
Later, we'll see. We will see later.
Time.
I will only inform you now. We'll see.
Time.
Okay, boss, can we give him a round of applause? See any evidences of Millicent's time here? Any evidences? No? Yeah. He said no. Yes or no? And he's saying, yeah. First initially he was trying to understand, but he says, already I gave you 5 minutes, that is more than enough for you. I can't give you anything. Can you come later? I'll think later. I don't want to come. I think there was a little aggression shown in the communication. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Let's look from his role play. So the same situation you have to be passive, right? Let's start. Be relevant. Yeah, from this side. Okay, you want to change sides?
Hi. I just want to share with you my problem.
Regarding to what
It's just a personal problem. Just can you give me 15 minutes of time? We'll just have a cup of coffee in the canteen and share about my problem.
yes, but right now I have written 5 minutes after 1 hour can you
What can be postponed? It's not that so important, but
okay, it is important for you.
yeah, it's very important. for me.
Emergency is not,
Huh?
not it emergency. Is it emergency for you?
It's a full emergency. Like I want to share one problem of mine with you.
I can understand you, but I have to go. I have emergency work.
What's that much important rather than me? I'm your best colleague and best friend of you from my childhood. We are working in the same environment. Can you please give me 15 minutes of time?
Right now,
What's that so busy rather than me?
I suppose. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, can we give him a round of applause? So what was happening? What's your name, brother?
Krishna Kumar. Krishna Kumar.
Very good.
Yeah, Krishna Kumar. Can you interpret his style? Right? Was it passive? Sure? Any quick points? So when you agree it is passive, we'll talk about agreement is not passiveness. Yeah? First he started understanding, okay, is it very important? Emergency, you know, he's trying to figure, is it emergency? Then I is thinking, but he's on a very important project, yes or no? However, he agreed. He said, how can you leave a very important project and give away your time? This is a planned activity that is unplanned which came in, yes or no? Tomorrow you will get into situations like this. Boss gives you some work and you are working on that, and suddenly again the boss comes and says, next 1 hour you should be doing this. Okay, boss. Adhikaru, idhikaru. I think these kind of situations you'd be getting into. I think it is important how to communicate in this kind of situation. If you try to be passive, you'll have a problem. You can't be aggressive. Even if you are aggressive, you'll have a problem. You say, boss, "Arey, kya kar raha hai yaar?" You only give work to me and you know what happens. Right? Both have some kind of implication. But very well done. Both of you can give them a round of applause. I'll give another situation. I want 2 more people. After that, I'll discuss a technique. We'll take 5 minutes in groups. We'll discuss the technique, and I want few people to come and use the 3-step technique in these 3 situations. So the 3rd situation I need 2 more people. One from here, one from here. Anybody? Looks like, brother, you are the person who always comes. No? Okay, come. Somebody from there. I'll give you next time chance. Yes, brother, come. Quick. See, you need to understand these 3 situations because I want as many people as to come and role play assertively using the technique which I'm going to give you. So the 3rd situation. 2 situations earlier. One is a friend asking you to come to some other place for 2 hours. Next, a colleague is asking for 15 minutes tea break, coffee break, right?
this a typical situation we face outside, it's a situation of a railway reservation counter. Okay? So this railway reservation counter, there is only one counter. Okay, you are standing in the line since morning. There are a lot of people in front of you, there are a few people at your back. And you are planning to go day after tomorrow to your native place. So it is very important for you to book a ticket for yourself, and you are anxious also. Why? Because by the time you go to the counter, you are not sure whether you will get a reserved ticket or not. So you are a little anxious. So you are waiting in the line since last 2 hours. And there is a small space in front of you, right? This is the situation. The moment I say start the role play, so what you do is, the moment I say start, you will come and stand here in front of him. Okay? Your situation is, you are planning to go today somewhere in the night, you already have a ticket, but you felt you wanted to cancel because there is some emergency came in. So you thought, before 4 hours if I cancel the ticket, I'll get some money. So the moment I say start the role play, you will come and stand in front of him. So when this happens, how do you want to communicate with him? You should show. Is this fine, brother? Right? So yours is an aggressive style. Suit out the aggressive style? Yeah. Very good. Come here. So the moment I say start, just be loud. As I said, you can use it, the language which you are comfortable in. We are trying to interpret the style. Is this okay, guys? So, start.
अरे अन्ना पक्का జరిగే अरे
డ్యూ టు ఎమర్జెన్సీ ఐ నీడ్ టు క్యాన్సిల్
అన్న పక్కా జరిగే నాకు చాలా అవసరం ఉంది నేను 2 గంటల నుంచి కాదు రాత్రి తెల్లారి నుంచి నేను పడుతున్నా ఇక్కడ పక్కా జరుగు ఫస్ట్
ప్లీజ్ బ్రదర్
తమాషా ఉందా
బికాజ్ ఐ హావ్ ఆల్మోస్ట్ 2000
మజాక్ చేస్తున్నా పక్కా జరుగు
బ్రదర్ ప్లీజ్
అందరికున్నాయి సమస్యలు అన్నట్టు పక్కా జరుగు ఫస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్
అండర్స్టాండ్ బికాజ్
పక్కా జరుగు నువ్వు ఫస్ట్ పక్కా జరుగు అరే ఏం చేస్తున్నావు పక్కా జరుగు అరే టికెట్ కలెక్టర్ చూడరా ఇక్కడ ఏం చేస్తున్నావు
Yeah, this is called manhandling. Right? I think if this is openly aggressive, there is not much to discuss. Yes, sir. Very well done.
He said that in which way you want to speak. This is my mother tongue.
Oh yeah, I think super, very well done. Andake anta ippudu yes sir, no? I am not bothered about it. Was very well done. It is open aggressive. And then no, he is not even able listening to the other guy. Yes sir, let's go. And he is calling somebody else, right? Yeah, ticket collector. So brother, now your situation. You need to come in and stand, but this time you are okay. Spirit and nature. This is a line. You march into the line. You are coming. Let's start at the approach.
I need to be passive.
Yeah, you will be passive. So we need to run it. You have to learn it. So I just do just that. Yes sir. మీరు ఏం చేసినా పర్వాలేదు, మీరైతే passive ఉంటారు. Okay. You can be natural. Okay. The moment I say start, you walk in. Okay. Ready? Let's go back. Start.
బ్రదర్ కొంచెం జరగండి బ్రదర్ ఆల్రెడీ బ్రదర్ ఏమైంది బ్రదర్ జరగండి బ్రదర్ లైన్ మెయింటైన్ చేయలేదు బ్రదర్ అరే బ్రదర్ ఏంది ఇంత అర్జెన్సీ ఏంటి అక్కడ లైన్లో ఉన్నారు కదా బ్రదర్ మీరు ఇలా వేస్తే బ్రదర్ అసలు మాట్లాడరు బ్రదర్ చెప్పేది వినరండి ఇక్కడ తిరగండి బ్రదర్ మీరు లైన్ మెయింటైన్ చేయండి చాలా మంది ఉన్నారు ఇక్కడ అందరు లైన్లోనే వచ్చారు కదా
Counter close. Okay. Come brother. Can we give them a huge round of applause? Brother, this looks an amazing technique, huh? Anytime you go into the line, don't even listen to it. You're bad, huh? So, openly aggressive. This style? Passive? Yeah, he was trying because he wanted to give it back. And the literal role play law, he gave him right. He just wanted to probably give it back. Yeah, it was little on to expressive mode. Generally, passive people, they don't express, right? Yes or no? But both of you very well done. A huge round of applause. Thank you very much. So we'll talk about the very important style assertiveness technique. You know what generally sometimes passive people do in this kind of situation? Suddenly somebody comes and stands in front of you. The worst thing sometimes passive people do is they don't even confront. They look at, oh, India is like this, full of fools. They don't understand others' feeling. They'll say it to themselves, but they don't say to others. They don't even confront. Yes or no? This is typically a passive kind of person. Now, aggression sometimes would not work in our workplaces. Tomorrow, when you get into a workplace, if you try to be aggressive, you know what would happen. Yes or no? Aggressive. You don't get to do that. Passive, when you try to communicate passively, when you don't say no at certain times, it can create problems for you. So what is the best way of communicating in corporate life? Assertiveness. There's a wonderful 3-step technique. I'll say it, you please write down. First step in assertiveness is empathize. E-M-P-A-T-H-I-Z-E. Empathize. You should empathize. మనం empathy గురించి మాట్లాడుకున్నాం ఇంతకు ముందు. Here the first step says empathize. Second, state your situation clearly. Second step, state your situation. Situation పక్కనే brackets లో thoughts, feelings bracket close చేయొచ్చు. State your situation, bracket, thoughts or feelings clearly. Third step, set the future course of action. Set the future course of action. Set the future course of action. Future course, C-O-U-R-S, future course of action. Aim action తీసుకోవాలనుకుంటున్నారో that is what you'll be discussing. Okay? I'll just role play to you using this 3-step technique. I'll tell you the importance of it. We'll take 10 minutes. We'll get into some groups I want you to discuss, and from each group there should be a couple of people taking up one situation and then practicing this assertiveness. Is this okay, brothers? Okay. First of all, let's discuss what is empathy here in this technique mean. Empathize. Here empathize means giving a benefit of doubt to others. ఎదుటి మనిషికి you should be able to give a benefit of doubt. Did you ever hear this statement called benefit of doubts? Where cricket, yes sir, brother, cricket. Who gives to whom benefit of doubt? Umpire gives it to batsman. When bowler? Why is it? No ball. On the leg, but if they are clear, okay, that's an interesting thing. But generally they give it to batsman. Yes or no? When stump out or not, they give benefit of doubt. When do they give benefit of doubt? Catch, LBW, everything they give benefit of doubt. But what is the reason we are giving benefit of doubt? When they are not sure. That's the right word. When they are not clear. When they are clear, they'll give it. Yes or no, sir? 5 replays, you know benefit of doubt. Yes or no? When they are not clear, that's when they give benefit of doubt. In interpersonal context, tomorrow when you are going to have conversations, every day we have conversations with others, right? Before you state something from your side, it's always good to give a benefit of doubt to others. That is what it says. I'll let you know the importance of this. Very interesting. Asal ivvala, enduku ivvalandi? Why should we give benefit of doubt to others? Hello? For understanding each other. Wonderful. I should give benefit of doubt so that there is an understanding mutually. Yes or no? Very well said. I'll just give you some situations. I want you to tell me what is that first thought which crosses your mind. Situation ఏంటంటే you're going on the road, suddenly somebody cut past you. Don't tell me what you do. Tell me what is the first thought which crosses your mind. And only language which is appreciated here. Okay guys? Yeah. What is the first thought which crosses You are going on the bike, zoom, somebody cut past you. Brother, that's what you think? That's a fall. Don't tell me what you say, what you do. What is the first thought? We'll go the road. That's what you meant, yes or no? Okay, what else? Inken thoughts is that?
ఇంక బండి ఇచ్చాను.
వీడు బండి కూడా ఇచ్చాడు బాబు, వీడికి లైసెన్స్ కూడా ఇచ్చాడు బాబు, yes or no? And lot of things.
లెఫ్ట్ సైడ్ నుంచి కట్ కొట్టారు, రైట్ సైడ్ నుంచి కట్ కొడతారు.
ఆల్సో కోచింగ్ కూడా చేస్తాడు అన్నమాట. రైట్ సైడ్, లెఫ్ట్ సైడ్ నుంచి కాదు, రైట్ సైడ్ నుంచి.
టికెట్ కన్ఫర్మ్ అయింది.
టికెట్ కన్ఫర్మ్ అయిందంట. ఓ మై గాడ్. సో ఇవన్నీ థాట్స్ వెళ్తుంటాయా? yes or no? Okay, we'll pause there. I'll give you one more situation. Suppose you're working in Infosys or Wipro or TCS or the company you like, and there is a colleague whom you don't like. Assal ishtam ledhu vaadante. This fellow bought a birthday card for your boss on his birthday. What's the first thought which gets into your mind?
వీడే రావాలా బర్త్డే కార్డు ఇవ్వడానికి అని అనిపిస్తుంది. ఇతనే రావాలా బర్త్డే కార్డు?
ఓకే, వీడే నా బర్త్డే కార్డు ఇచ్చేవాడు. ఓకే,
వేసిండు సార్కి బిస్కెట్ వేసిండు.
బిస్కెట్ వేసిందంట. ఓ, దట్స్ ఇంట్రెస్టింగ్. సో ఇన్ రియల్ టైమ్ వి సే సాఫ్ట్ soaping or buttering, yes or no? Brother is buttering, yes or no? So that's a thought which gets into your mind.
Sir, మార్చ్ ఎండింగ్ వస్తుంది, అప్రైజల్ కోసం ట్రై చేస్తుంది.
అబ్బా, నీకు కార్పొరేట్ అన్ని సిచ్యువేషన్ హీఈస్ ప్రిపేరింగ్ ఫర్ అప్రైజల్స్, yes or no? మార్చ్ ఎండింగ్ లో ఇట్లాంటి పనులు చేస్తుంటారు. ఓకే, సో వన్ మోర్ సిచ్యువేషన్. యా, you're standing in one of the queues anamata, booking counter somewhere, and you see a person right in front of the counter is abusing the person in the counter. Evaraithe unnaro is literally abusing, baga archestunnadu. What do you think about that person? First thought getting into your mind,
ఏం పర్లేదా రండి,
em panleda. Okay,
కామన్ సెన్స్, హౌ టు
no common sense, no civic sense, yes or no? These all thoughts come into our minds. Now, same situation will change people. Okay, you tell me what is the first thought which goes in. You are the person who cut past somebody on the road.
ఎమర్జెన్సీ అర్జెంట్
వర్క్ కదా బ్రదర్, లేకపోతే ఎప్పుడు జీవితంలో అట్లా చేయం కదా మనం, yes or no? Enjoying ride at the cost of others, right? So he's saying, I have urgency, I have importance, I generally don't drive like this. This is the first time, I need to catch up an appointment, otherwise I don't know. It just happened, I didn't want to do it, it just happened, yes or no? Okay, second situation. You are the guy who bought a birthday card for your boss.
మనమైతే బాస్కి ఇద్దాం.
ఎవరేమనుకుంటే I should be giving it to boss. You know what the study is saying? People say to themselves, hey, I'm like this, I value relationships, I like people, this is the best thing I do, this is what they say to themselves, yes or no? Now you are the person who is shouting at somebody at the counter. What do you say? Yeah, I came here thrice, 4 times, still no response, else I'm doing it, yes or no? What do you understand from this situations, friends? Same situations, when people changing, the whole story is changing, yes or no? So why is it happening like this? It's a point of view. You know what? This is the biggest problem we have. When it is others, we judge others by their actions. But if it is self, we judge self by intentions. Yes or no? So when you have intentions and thoughts, don't you think others have? I think this is the very reason for which we need to empathize in interpersonal context. We don't know why he is saying what he is saying right now. I should be empathizing with him. That's the first step. Second, State your situation very clearly. నీ situation ఏంటో clear గా state చేయాలి without mincing words. Third, set the future course of action. I'll role play this 3-step technique. Watch this. Suppose I'm standing in the line. Suddenly comes and stands in front of me. The first thing as an assertive person, what I'll do, I'll confront. I'll say, excuse me, brother. First step, what is the first step? First step, empathize. How I do it is, empathy comes with this amazing word. I'll say, excuse me, brother. I understand there must be a reason for you to come and stand here. ఒకసారి అన్నారు, నాకు అర్థమైంది బాస్, నీకు రీజన్ ఉండొచ్చు ఇక్కడ నించోడానికి అన్నప్పుడు వాట్ వుడ్ బి ద రెస్పాన్స్ ఆఫ్ ద అదర్ గై? ఇమాజిన్ దట్ గై ఈస్ సర్ప్రైజ్డ్. ఎస్ బాస్, yes or no? He has his own reasons. Valid or invalid is a different thing. Yes or no? But if you say, I understand brother, you must be having a reason to come and stand here, immediately he says, yes. Why you need to give a benefit of doubt, I'll tell you one more reason. For example, if somebody is coming, how many times, sometimes it also happens this way, kada? He might not have seen the line, the space, he was so busy writing his slip, he came and stood here. Yes or no? That time, if you actually be aggressive, don't you think you are hurting somebody else? No, sir. If you are pushing him, he might feel bad. He didn't want to do it intentionally. He didn't do it intentionally. Yes or no? Now imagine these situations also occurred with me. Sometimes without knowing, I went and stand somewhere. I stood somewhere. Especially at grocery stores, I have done kirana stores. I took some grocery and without giving money. It is not my intention not to give money, but I forgot. Yes or no? At that time, if the shopkeeper says, hello sir, what you do every time like this only, you don't give me money and all. So, don't you think I'll feel, it rubs me on the wrong side? Avuna kadandi? Now, it is not happening intentionally. Sometimes some people do unintentionally. Yes or no? Yeah. It is imperative. Manaki chala important. Andukane, we should give a benefit of doubt. We don't know why is he doing this. Some guys, very smart guy, intentionally. Okay. He comes consciously and standing. Now that time if you try to be aggressive, hello boss, I'm standing here since 2 hours. He's already prepared, right? He'll say, I know you're standing here since 2 hours because I stood in this line since 3 hours. 1 hour I stood and 2 hours I've been sitting there and watching you. He'll give his own reasons. Yes or no? He's defending because he's already planned to defend. Now, if he is defending, you trying to convince him, nothing would happen, the counter get closed. So what is the best way? Empathize. When you use this statement, you say, I understand brother, you have a reason to come and stand here. Ani annaru anukondi. And defensive unna, what is that? Are nenu cheppedi veedu enduku cheptunnadu? He suddenly becomes open. He'll say, yes, I have actually to cancel a ticket. That is the time you'll use the second step. ఏంటండి second step? State your situation very clearly. That's when you'll say, I understand brother, you have a reason to come and stand here. However, this is a word you will use, connecting word. However, I'm standing in this line since last 2 hours. I need to book a ticket for myself. At the moment I saw you coming and standing here, I really felt awful. This was your feeling, right? You're stating it. Third step. What is the third step? Set the future course of action. What is that? Hence. You'll use this connecting word. Hence. Is this okay? We can go and join at the back of the line. Or else I'll move forward. You can join at my back. Manchi option ichari. Yes or no? If it's going and joining at the back of the line, nobody's problem. If it's joining at your back, it is not your problem. The other guy has to be assertive. Yes or no? Yes. You're trying to solve this situation. Any given situation, you can use this 3-step technique. Workplace, Infosys. I'm working very, I want to show my capability to my boss. I'm busy. My friend comes in and says, Prashant, do you have some time? We need to go for a cup of coffee. I say, hey, I understand you. This must be really very important for you. However, I'm right now working on something very important which my boss asked me to work, and I need to give this in next 1 hour. If I don't give, I will be feeling bad. Is this okay? Can we do something? I'll complete this work and come and spend half an hour with you, or else tell me the time in the evening, I can give you 1 hour. Yes or no, sir? 3-step technique. First, empathize. Second, state your situation. Third, give an action plan. I saw some brothers were doing, can we do it later? That was very well done. Manam ee 3-step technique use cheste, there is a greater chance that the other person will understand this. Is it okay, brothers? Any given situation. First step is empathize. Second step, state your situation. Third step, set the future course of action. So what we'll do right now, I want you guys to get into some groups. Can we do it quickly? So 1, 2, 3 lines. 3 lines. You form. You need not disturb the chairs. If you can rearrange yourself, face each other. I'll give you 5 minutes. This first 3 rows would take up the first situation. What was the first situation? Both friends meeting. In that situation, I want you to discuss, and you need to send 2 guys who will speak assertively. These 3 rows people will take up the second situation. 3 rows here will take up the third situation. Again 3 rows here will take up the first situation. How quickly can we take up the situation? 3 rows, just rearrange yourself. I'll give you 5 minutes. Discuss, practice this 3-step technique, and then I want quickly I'll not give chance to every team, but few teams will come and role play. Is this okay, guys? So quickly, maybe if you want to rearrange, that's okay. If you don't want to rearrange also, you can just turn your back and then discuss. These 3 teams, 3 rows, 3 rows here, 3 rows, 3 rows, and 3 rows. Identify 2 people from the whole group. In that situation, how they should be speaking assertively using the 3-step technique. Tell them, let them practice, and they'll come and role play. Second situation. So identify 2 people. Using this 3-step technique, how we want to use this technique, please jot down stuff. Okay, the third situation, we know the railway reservation counter. Let's say what happens here. Start.
నువ్వు ఇట్లా నిల్చోవడం ఓకే అన్న, నాకు అర్థమైంది నీ సిచ్యువేషన్. జర అర్జెన్సీ ఉన్నది కరెక్టే, కానీ నువ్వు ఇట్లా నేను ఇక్కడ 2 గంటల్లో నిల్చుంటున్నా, 3 గంటల్లో అవుతుంది, టైం అవుతుంది. ఇక్కడ
కొంచెం అర్థం చేసుకున్నాను, కొంచెం వెళ్ళాలి.
కరెక్టే అన్న, నేను అర్థం చేసుకున్నా, తప్పు లేదు, కరెక్టే. కానీ అయితే ఇక్కడ ఏమవుతుందంటే నాకు చాలా బాధ అవుతుంది మధ్యలో రావడం. అక్కడ వెనకకే చూసినావా ఎంతమంది ఉన్నారు? అలా అందరూ సీదా వెనకకే మంచిగా నించుంటే నా వెనక వచ్చి నించు, నా వెనక ఇబ్బంది లేకుంటే పోయి వెనక నించు, మొత్తం వెనక. అంటే ఇట్లా మధ్యలో వచ్చాడు కరెక్ట్ కాదన్న. నీకు తెలుసు కదన్నా, అరే చదువుకున్న లేకున్నా చూస్తే ఏం కాదు. ఆయన అడుగు, ఆయన మాట్లాడు అన్న, ఇక నువ్వు ఇన్నిటట్టు లేవన్నా. అయ్యో ఒక టంకర్ చూస్తే సెక్యూరిటీ గార్డ్ కనిపిస్తున్నాము, ఒక కేక్ వేస్తే అన్న ఇక రా అన్న, ఇగో మనోడేమో చేస్తుండే ఇట్లా మధ్యలో వస్తుండు, మరి ఆయన చూసుకుంటాడు. ఇక ఏమంటావు మరి? ఇక చెప్పు, నిర్ణయం నీదే.
Can we give a very huge round of applause for both of them? It was a 3-step technique evidence. Can you mention that 3-step technique? Yeah, but you say that guy doesn't have. It's a conflict situation. Conflict that day, I want to do something but something else. So that's where I need to speak assertively. So I'm just asking, the 3 steps, are they evidence? Empathize. Empathize అయిందా? అర్థం చేసుకున్నా, నా ఉండొచ్చు, నువ్వు కరెక్టే వచ్చి నించున్నావు. వెరీ గుడ్. ఎస్ అన్నా? దెన్ స్టేటింగ్ యువర్ సిచ్యువేషన్ అయ్యిందా?
stating your situation. అయ్యింది క్లియర్లీ కాలేదు. వెరీ గుడ్, వెరీ వెల్ స్టేట్. నాకు బాధ అయిందన్న ఏమన్నా చెప్పు నాకు తిరిగింది నిజంగా బాధ అయిందని చెప్పిండు. Immediately he got into action plan. That was very well demonstration, brother. I think with whatever little time we had, he coming and role playing this is really awesome. Can we give them a huge round of applause? Thank you very much. State your situation very clearly. Entadi, I felt bad. Is good, but what is your situation? You have to be very clear. I need to book a ticket, and I'm standing in the line since 2 hours. I'm not too sure whether I'll get a ticket or not. The moment you came in, I felt bad. Andukane, can you go back and stand, or else stand at my back? I need to spend more time when I'm stating my situation. Why you can't, why you can do something. Yes or no? That is a very important thing. So very well done, guys. Let's call upon the team there. A round of applause for this team. Come on, guys.
హలో గౌతమ్, ఫైన్. బిజీ ఉన్నట్టున్న వర్క్లో నీ ఇష్టం.
కొంచెం బిజీ ఉంది బికాస్ బాస్ ఇక్కడే వర్క్ ఇచ్చాడు. ఏంటి ఏ ప్రాబ్లం చెప్పు.
కొంచెం చిన్న ప్రాబ్లం ఉంది, అది నువ్వే సాల్వ్ చేయగలుగుతావు. ఒక్క పావు గంట టైం నా కోసం స్పెండ్ చేయగలుగుతావు ప్లీజ్.
అనుదీప్, యాక్చువల్ ఐ రియలీ అండర్స్టాండ్ యువర్ ప్రాబ్లం. బట్ ఏం చేద్దామంటే నీకు తెలుసు మన బాస్ గురించి నిన్ననే ఏమైందో తెలుసు. సో 1 అవర్లో నా వర్క్ ఫినిష్ చేస్తాను, ఆయన డెస్క్లో పెట్టేస్తాను, చెప్పే వెంటనే వచ్చేస్తాను. ఒక 1 అవర్, నో ప్రాబ్లం కదా.
1 అవర్ నాది ఒక పావు గంట. దాని తర్వాత నేను నీకు హెల్ప్ చేస్తాను. ఒక డిసిషన్ తీసుకోవాలి, దానికోసం నువ్వు ఆల్రెడీ ఆ సిచ్యువేషన్కి ఫేస్ చేసినావు, అందుకని హెల్ప్ చేసుకున్నామని ఒక పావు గంట నీకు టైం, వాల్యుబుల్ టైం కొంచెం నా కోసం స్పెండ్ చేస్తాను. తర్వాత నేను నీకు హెల్ప్ చేస్తాను వర్క్లో.
యూ బీయింగ్ అన్ ఎంప్లాయీ డెఫినెట్లీ ఐ గివ్ మై టైం. బట్ ఏంటంటే మన బాస్ గురించి నీకు తెలుసు. నేను లాస్ట్ టైమే 5 days యాబ్సెంట్ అయినా నా పెళ్ళి, ఐ మీన్ వర్క్ గురించి. సో ఇప్పుడు కనుక నేను చేయకపోతే ఇంకా నా పని అంతే. సో ఏం చేద్దామంటే 1 hour తర్వాత నేనే నీ దగ్గరికి వస్తాను. ఇస్ ఇట్ ఓకే? దట్ వుడ్ బి ఫైన్ యాక్చువల్.
ఓకే ఓకే.
Brother, okay, fine. I think can we give them a huge round of applause? Both of you really done well. Was the first step evident? First step evident, huh? Did you see? Hey, I understand. Looks like you have some problem. Yes or no? Second step. Stating of situation happened. Third step also happened. After 1 hour, I'll give you 3 hours kind of thing. It was there. Again, this is a very important, brother. We need to understand. Stating your situation, you should be, see, if I say, you know, if you're saying you know our boss now, what he'll do is good. And you're saying, maybe if I don't do the work, I'll feel bad. You should spend little more time and tell the implication. Certainly, I want to come. Brother, I want to come. However, right now, I'm on a very important project. This is only for 1 hour. And if I give you right now, sometime, I'll not be able to do this. And if I don't do it, this is what would happen, which I don't want to face. Hence, can we agree upon one thing? I'll finish off this and then attend you. Is this okay? My situation, I need to really make it clear and tell him the implication why you can't come. ఎందుకు నువ్వు రాలేకపోతున్నావు, ఏమవుతుంది అది క్లియర్గా ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేస్తేనే ఎదుటి మనిషి ఓకేరా బ్రదర్ అంటాడు. లేకపోతే మన బాస్ గురించి తెలుసు కదా, తెలుసు నువ్వైతే రా అంటాడు. I get it. So it is very important to make it explicit, clear my situation. But very well done, both of you. Little time you gave, but the way you articulated was super, both of you. Can we give them a huge round of applause? Keep it up. So the third team, this team. I'm choosing few teams because I might not be able to give you opportunity for all the teams. But I saw one team there, I'll call them, they said, can we do in our own different situation? Not this 3 situation. I think that team, I'll call them, they have a different situation it seems. So the first, you guys are doing that? First situation.
Hey, hi Ramesh, how are you man? Yeah, good. What's up? I'm fine, yeah. What you are doing?
I just now ready to go to class.
Okay. Okay, man. Let's go for a movie, yeah.
Movie? Which movie?
The new movie has released. You don't know that? The Lion movie has
Oh,
released.
yeah, I know your favorite hero.
Yes.
Very well, your favorite hero. And your heroine also. What? Which show?
It's a morning show, man.
No, I have to go to class.
I've already booked the tickets, yeah.
No, it is very emergency class. I have to listen every week. Just like they told brothers very carefully with myself and ourselves. Please, I have to go class. Though I don't want to come right now. Please, excuse me.
Okay, yeah.
Fine. First thing, మంచి ర్యాపబుల్ లేదు. Movie, which movie? Oh, your favorite hero, wonderful, nice ర్యాపబుల్ happened. First step, almost our ర్యాపబుల్ లో he said, I understand you have a reason to watch that movie. Yes or no? You were saying your favorite movie, you have a reason to watch it. Stating your situation happened. Happened. I need to go to the. This is very important. My brothers already took commitment. Very nice guys. I need to go. I don't want to miss it. Yes or no? Set the future course of action. Yeah. That's why he knows. This is very important. You should be aware of what is missing, what is not missing. I think the setting the future course of action was missing. So, I'll cheyalante em option is sorry.
After that, after class, we have to go to movie.
That will be a party from your side.
Okay, sure.
Right, not a problem. Right. So, future course of action can be anything. Arey, mama, you should have told me earlier. Yeah, I should have told you 2 o'clock show. అయితే నేను వచ్చేవాని. ఇప్పటికి రమేష్ గారిని తీసుకెళ్తావా? నేను నెక్స్ట్ సండే మన వెంకటేష్ మూవీ రిలీజ్ అయింది. మన ఇద్దరం వెళ్దాం. Some option you are giving. Yes or no, guys? You are giving him a future course of action. I can't come right now, but still you can. I'll ask Ramesh. You can join you. Or else I really want to see the movie with you, brother. Since long time, can we go next week? So this is action point you're saying. Thank you very much for both of you. Very well done, guys. So we understand and take a technique on feedback. There is a team. I just wanted to see what situation they came up with. They said we want to do it in a different situation. So that team, wherever you are, ఏదో వేరే సిచ్యువేషన్లో తీసుకొని 3-step technique they wanted to use it. So let's see. It's a boss and a subordinate. Boss and employee. Okay.
Okay. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Venkat. Come, please.
Thank you. Sir, one thing I want to convey, sir. Here, before when I joined in your company, I have shown you the business like sales. Where the marketing loss condition, I have shown you 3 crores per year. So, sir, I want to know your feeling about it.
Yes. I can understand you. I can understand you, but present in our company situation is very bad. Compared to last year, this is better. You work like you've done a great job. But in this year, I want a hike 30% because due to some issues, some problems, our company might lose it. So to survive company for more stable, so we have to understand and support this company. Please try to understand. Okay, I will give this time 50% hike. I will turn over more than 40 crores. I will give next year 45% hike. Okay, come on.
Thank you very much.
So, who was using the 3-step technique? Boss, subordinate? Yeah, both were trying, but boss side it was very clear, right? He understand your situation. But why I can't give you hike right now is this is the reason. Yes or not? And but he's also promising next 3 years 30 crores. I'll give you 40%, some kind of thing. I think very well done. Nice situation, nice role play. Can we give them a round of applause? Yeah. I just wanted to ask you, is it really important for us to communicate in this way? Any reason? Okay? Not just not hurting others, but others, or that's also one part. What else? Yeah. Aggressive operates from win-lose paradigm. I win, you lose. I am not bothered what you feel. This is what I don't go to hell. Right? Then it's a problem. Relationship might have a problem. Yes or no? Passive, lose win. What is it? Okay. I am losing, but trying to make others win. Assertiveness is win-win. I don't mind coming with you. Right now I can't come because of this. But after this I'll come. I think this kind of conversation is very important in the corporates because this is what they are looking for. They don't want passive people who actually don't say anything and take up the work and finally say, sir, already there was some work which you gave and this you again give me, hence I couldn't do it. Then say, why did you speak to me? I saw boss, but I thought boss is always right and whatever boss says I should be doing. They are not looking for this kind of people. Yes or no, guys? Boss comes and says, Prashant, you need to do it. Oh, boss, how much time? Let me tell you, boss, I'll definitely do this. However, right now I'm still on the project which I'm doing, which might go till Friday. Probably I wouldn't be having some time. Is this okay? Should I stop that and walk and complete this and go back to that work? Or else can I do this on Monday? Now, if you throw this situation and say, if he says, Prashant, stop that right now, I want you to do this and complete this. Okay, boss, your order, I'll go and do it. He says, is it so? I didn't know, yeah. I was thinking that you would be able to do it. Is there any other way? Can you just, extend, a few hours and complete it? You can think about it. Yeah, I think I can do it. For next 2 days, I'll try to, stay back and complete it and do it. Or else he might say, okay, I didn't know that, I'll give it to somebody else. This is assertive dialogue, friend. This is what is required in organizations. Aggression, I know we might not be showing aggression at workplace. Avuna kada? Endukante? 2 days gaani aggression. 6 months kabatti you don't want it. But you know what? If you're not stating your feelings, if you're trying to be passive, in your life somewhere else you tend to be aggressive. Avuna kada? Did you ever experience this? I'll say this and we'll take a break for 15 minutes and come back. Initially, when I started my work, I worked with a company called Usha Group for 3 years. My conditioning is I'm a little passive guy, honestly speaking. Whatever anybody does, I was okay with it. Because of which I have a lot of friends. And people used to also make this statement, "Are a very good boy. You say anything, he doesn't feel bad," kind of thing. But after working for a few months and people were taking advantage of me, things were going against me. I was not feeling good about it, but I never spoke. So 1 year gone by, 1.5 years gone by, I was feeling bad about it, but I was never sharing it. Suddenly my behavior at home changed. Dishes used to fly. Everywhere. I used to shout at my parents, brothers. Suddenly they saw the difference. Till last 1 year you were fine. Suddenly what happened? Power of money, But it is not the case because I was working. Somewhere I was unable to say what I was feeling. I am not sharing, hence I am taking out somewhere else where I shouldn't be taking it out. Yes or no, sir? But imagine that feeling, if you have shared it in a right way, proper way, in that situation itself, you wouldn't do in the next situation the thing which you would be doing. I think, hence it is very important, friends. Whenever a feeling gets evoked, the feeling says share it. you should know how to share it in a right way. Feeling share out there, any aggressive way, you look very bad man. You can't say that. I take responsibility of others. You know, the aggressive people, they have one thing very good is they are very frank. They say it frank. And that's the reason they use this statement, I am brutally frank. You have seen people saying, I am brutally frank, and I am like this. You need not be brutal, but you can be frank. Yes or no? They are more brutal than being frank. Assertiveness, you can be still frank in a better way, nice way. Yes or no? There's a wonderful statement which an Indian poet said long time back, called Jayadeva used this term. He said, Satyam Priyat. He said, Satyam Priyat, speak truth. But he also said, Priyam Priyat. He said, speak pleasantly. Na Priyat Satyam Priyam. He said, don't speak truth in an unpleasant way. Because we are speaking to another person in the world. Even if you want to speak the truth, that he needs to improve on something, you can't say, man, you are not doing great, you are like this. No, say it in a better way so that it is taken in a right way. That's where this 3-step technique is important, friends. Think about it. We need to practice this technique a lot. Right now it is good time for taking a 15 minutes break. Once we come back, I'll take half an hour and tell you how to give a feedback in a constructive way, how to take a feedback in a constructive way so that our communication is better. Right? 15 minutes break. Thank you. Okay, I think I just wanted to welcome you guys back after the break. So next 20-25 minutes I'll quickly talk about a feedback technique and hand over to Sai. Then we'll get into the group zone discussing about a project called World Around You. Right guys? So are you with me? Yes. Wow. Good to listen. Feedback. And anybody quickly want to say what is feedback? Your understanding of this word called feedback. Giving response? Justice? Chaudhary. Gents. Oh, gents. Okay. Anybody, anything else? Feedback. Feed and TNT. One person at a time. He's saying something loudly. To give conclusions. Okay, that's good, interesting. Anybody? Asking others how I am performing. So you take feedback. Yes or no? So there is taking, there is giving. Feedback. Feed is feed. Feed and take the food. Food is fed. Feedback is something somebody said, you responding to that itself is a feedback. Whatever you think and feel, if you're sharing it to somebody, you're feeding him with your thoughts. Yes or no guys? Yes. What do you think, feel about others? The same way, he said, I'll take feedback. What is that feedback? Somebody is thinking, feeling something about me, I'll take that feedback. What are you thinking? How are you? I'm taking feedback. Yes or no? Now we'll discuss about two things. Very important, I'll give you a technique on how to give a feedback, but at this stage in life, when you're going to join companies, when you're in the stage where you're trying to aspire to become a wonderful professional, it's good to know how to seek feedback. Feedback అందరూ తీసుకుంటారా? తీసుకోవాలి. Wonderful. ఎలా తీసుకోవాలి? In a positive way. Wonderful. Now this is a thing which you need to really understand, friends. When you are taking feedback, don't take feedback from each and every person. Don't go to people and say, sir, how am I doing? Chappan sir, yedo oka chappan. It's good to take feedback, but you should choose the right person. Who is the right person to give a feedback?
Wow. The person who is continuously observing you.
Can we give him a huge round of applause? Very well, brother. Any context, for this context on how you are speaking, or in a context when you are working somewhere, when somewhere you are behaving in certain way, you should take a feedback from the person who has seen you for some time, over a period of time doing something. Yes or no? Then he will able to give you the right feedback. Somebody who observed you for 1 hour, you go and ask him to give a feedback, what he'll tell? What he has seen in that 1 hour is what he'll tell. But are you that? Is a big question. Yes or no? ఆ 1 hour లో నేను కొద్దిగా యాక్టింగ్ కూడా చేయొచ్చు, అవునా కదా? యాక్టింగ్ చేసిన దానిపైన నేను ఫీడ్బ్యాక్ ఇస్తే అది రియల్ ఫీడ్బ్యాక్ కాదు. So he should be able to see us. So you are the person. For example, tomorrow when you get into your corporate, after working for some time, 6, 8 months, 1 year, go to your manager, or every 3 months, 6 months, go to your manager and say, ask him for a feedback, because he is the right person to give you the feedback, because he is seeing you. Yes or no, sir? You go and ask somebody else, Anna, how do I work? You work brilliant, Anna, great, mast chestunnavu pani annu. You wouldn't get anything to learn from that. Yes or no? So first the rule is, take a feedback from the person who has observed you for over a period of time. Can we agree upon this? Yes or no? Now, second, when people give you a feedback, not all people know how to give a feedback. అందరికీ తెలియదు ఎలా ఇవ్వాలో. కొందరు ఇచ్చేస్తుంటారు ఫీడ్బ్యాక్, వాళ్ళకి అనుకుంది చెప్పేస్తుంటారు, కంటెంట్ మాత్రం కరెక్ట్ ఉండొచ్చు. Now when he is giving feedback, how we should be taking it? We should take, first is go non-judgmentally, and then don't judge the person who is giving a feedback. Whoever it may be, the person whom you like, the person you don't like, that shouldn't bother you. What should bother you is what he is giving, not who is giving. Yes or no, sir? You shouldn't be bothered about how is he giving. Who unnarankote what gets missed. Getting what I am trying to say? Now most often, this is what happens in this world. Somebody comes and says, Mama, you should go and do this course here. Very good, very interesting course. And you like this person. Imagine, there is a person who is giving you the same feedback. Mama, you should go and attend this session here. This is very important. This fellow whom you don't like. So what happens? The person whom you don't like is giving you still the same feedback. You take it. Not to take it. You don't take it. Yes or no? This session is not good for me. You know it is good, but why you want to say good? No, it's not good because I want to prove you wrong. I don't like you. This is a typical mentality. While seeking feedback, we just, who is giving? How is he giving? No, we shouldn't be bothered about it. What we should be bothered about is what he is giving. Yes or no? That should be the objective. That's the second thumb rule for us when we are taking non-judgmental. Only take what is given to you. Now the third, very important. When somebody is saying something, Prashant, I don't think you are working good. I don't see you working very well. Suddenly it comes as a jolt, right? Till now you are thinking 4.5 rating. Suddenly manager says 3.5. Suddenly it comes as a jolt. Now still taken, that is his point of view. You are asking, he is giving. Yes or no, sir? But as a seeker, when you are seeking feedback, you have one right. What is that right? Asking open-ended question. Okay, Ramesh, I understand that. But can you give me a specific example where you think I didn't do very well? This is your right. You should be asking question. You don't look good. Can you tell me what exactly you don't like in me? Is the face, the way I stand? It's your right. You want to take the right thing, yes or no? No, he gives, no, your face also, you also don't look good. Oh, fine. Okay, thank you very much for the feedback. And you go. దాని మీద ఆలోచించాలి. మిర్రర్లో చూసుకోండి. ఫేస్ నిజంగానే కొద్దిగా బాగాలేదు. ఓవరాల్ go back and think over it. If you feel still what is given is the right thing, you implement it. But somewhere you feel, no, I still don't think I got the right feedback. You need not to think too much over it. Try to again go back and get the right feedback. This should be our approach. Avuna kadandi? First, take from the right person. Who is the right person? Who has seen you for a long time. Second, take it non-judgmentally. Don't think how it is given. Who is giving? What is given to me? I'll focus on that. Third, I'll ask, ఏం చేయాలి ఫీడ్బ్యాక్ ఇస్తున్నప్పుడు తీసుకుంటున్నప్పుడు Open-ended question are specific. Hey, you didn't do that examination. You didn't write properly. Can you tell me specific where exactly I didn't write good? So that you can go back and improve on it. Yes or no? Yeah, that's what we need to do, friends. Now, it is all about giving feedback. So, can two people come here? I'll give you a situation. Okay. This is a little fast. Actually, first row was but I also expect people from the rows in the back there. Simple situation. It's your brother. I'm just giving younger brother. Last 1 month ga chustunaru daily night lo late vastunaru. Do we get into these situations, guys? Yes. Your younger brother. He's coming every day late. You are being seen. Now you felt now enough is enough. Now you should give him a what? Feedback, yeah. You should give him a feedback. You should feed him what you're thinking. Yes or no? So he is your younger brother. Think that he is coming every day late, and you should give him a feedback. Can you give him some? We'll just do it, right? And then I'll give you a technique.
Can we give feedback? He's coming in late. That is not the good thing.
Fine.
How can I give feedback to him?
Feedback. You want to give? Okay, you want to give him a elder brother. Right. So let's see how the feedback. See, objective we have. This fellow is coming every day late, which he shouldn't be coming. And you felt you should be giving him a feedback, and he is giving a feedback. Let's see what happens.
Hello, Rajesh.
See the record. Yeah. Fine.
As I'm your elder brother, it's my responsibility to inform you that you are going in. I hope so. You are going in a wrong direction. Meanwhile, I'm watching from these couple of it's been like from 1.5 months. So you are coming daily late to the night to the home. From whatever it may be, let me explain. Let me finish the topic. Actually, you're going in a wrong direction. That I hope so. I got the information from your friends also that you're going to some pubs and parties in the weekends with some other persons. So can I know your clarification regarding this?
Excuse me, brother. I am not doing this such kind of things. Due to the traffic, I am little bit late.
Okay, it's been traffic. It should be like half an hour or 1 hour. But you are coming late nights like 2 o'clock and 3 o'clock.
Hyderabad traffic, how it will be,
So in the night also you are facing the traffic problem. It's not the correct way. So understand my words, what I am trying to say, and understand my positive way. But it's not the correct way to say that you are getting the traffic problem the night time also.
That's why I'm not taking bike to bike.
Okay, can I stop here? I think very well done. Can you give me an order? Do you think it ikkada agutunda? No, very well done. He'll say, no, every day I'll tell you what happened. That day, time got punctured. Yes or no? That day when I came, my bike was not there. So I went searching and finally I found I came in. Yes or no? They'll start giving reasons. Of course, it was a very, very good attempt, brother. Once more, a huge round of applause. One feedback is called the redirection feedback. Two feedbacks are there. Generally, when you are working in work life, in personal life, there are two kinds of feedback we should be giving. One is redirection. What is redirection? Redirection. Somebody, yeah, wonderful. Somebody is going in this direction, you will stop them and say, redirect. No, this way. This is called redirection. Redirection is given on two areas, generally, on people's behavior or people's performance. In organizations, in language మాట్లాడతారు. మన పర్సనల్ లైఫ్లో ఎవరైనా బిహేవియర్ పైన రీడైరెక్షన్ ఇస్తారు, అరే ఈ బిహేవియర్ బాగాలేదు ఇది చెయ్యి, ఎస్ నో, వాడు పని చేస్తానే చేయకపోతే ఆ పర్ఫార్మెన్స్ మీద యూ గివ్ అ ఫీడ్బ్యాక్. ఎస్ నో గైస్? Now there is a wonderful technique we can use. I think whatever these guys have done, superb. But however, there is one effective way of doing. Yes or no? When you are doing a redirection feedback, first ఏం చేయాలంటే మాట్లాడేటప్పుడు కొద్దిగా it's always good to use a technique called in redirection sandwich technique. You know sandwich, guys? Sandwich, brother? Hello, sandwich. తెలుసా? Okay, sandwich ఎట్లా ఉంటుంది? A loaf of bread, some stuff, and then a loaf of bread. అవునా కదా? రీడైరెక్షన్ ఫీడ్బ్యాక్ ఇచ్చేటప్పుడు ఎప్పుడు ఈ శాండ్విచ్ టెక్నిక్ యూస్ చేయాలి. ఏంటి? ఫస్ట్ లోఫ్ ఆఫ్ బ్రెడ్. వాట్ ఈస్ లోఫ్ ఆఫ్ బ్రెడ్? ఎ పాజిటివ్ పాయింట్ అబౌట్ ద అదర్ గాయ్. వాట్ ఈస్ ద స్టఫ్? ద ఏరియా ఆఫ్ ఇంప్రూవ్మెంట్స్, ద డెవలప్మెంట్, ఏదైతే ఇంప్రూవ్ చేయాలనుకుంటున్నారో అది స్టఫ్ వస్తుంది. దాని తర్వాత మళ్ళీ లోఫ్ ఆఫ్ బ్రెడ్. వాట్ ఈస్ ద లోఫ్ ఆఫ్ బ్రెడ్? వన్ మోర్ అమేజింగ్ పాయింట్ అబౌట్ దట్ గాయ్. సో దిస్ శాండ్విచ్ టెక్నిక్ విల్ యూస్. So when a sandwich technique చేసేటప్పుడు when you are speaking to somebody, first do a little wrap up building. Hey Indra, oh I saw you coming at this time. Fine, కూర్చో, I need to speak to you for 5 minutes. Right? కూర్చుంటారు. Start off with some amazing point. One good thing which you have observed in them. Don't say I have seen sandwich technique చాలా superficial గా యూస్ చేస్తారు. ఏంటంటే అరే you are an amazing person man. But you know what? అని దిగిపోతాం స్టఫ్లోకి. వాట్ అమేజింగ్ పర్సన్, వాడు ఇంకా ఆలోచిస్తుంటాడు వాట్ అమేజింగ్ ఐ డిడ్, ఐ ఇస్ జస్ట్ ఫేకింగ్ అరౌండ్. నో, యూ షుడ్ సబ్స్టాన్షియేట్, అంటే రీజన్ ఇవ్వాలి. ఏమన్నా లెట్ మీ టెల్ యూ, అరే బ్రదర్ చిన్నోడు అవుతాను, నీలో క్వాలిటీ ఉందిరా, అది చూసి రియలీ ఐ గెట్ ఇన్స్పైర్డ్. ఐ సీ ఆల్వేస్ సంథింగ్ అమేజింగ్. నువ్వు ఏ నైట్లో ఎప్పుడు పడుకున్నా కానీ 6 o'clock మాత్రం ఎవ్రీ డే లేస్తావురా, అది నాకు రియలీ ఇన్స్పైరింగ్. వాడు చేసిందే చెప్పండి, 10 గంటలకు లేస్తే చెప్పొద్దు, అది పాజిటివ్ పాయింట్. ఇఫ్ యూ సీ దాట్, ఇట్స్ అ పాజిటివ్ పాయింట్. హీ ఫీల్స్ గుడ్. యు నో వై హీ ఫీల్స్ గుడ్? బికాజ్ హీ ఈస్ ద పర్సన్ హూ వేక్స్ అప్ అట్ 6. yes or no? అది చెప్పారు. దెన్ విల్ గో ఇన్ టు ద స్టఫ్. వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్ ఏరియా ఆఫ్ ఇంప్రూవ్మెంట్, ద థింగ్ విచ్ యూ వాంట్ టు రీడైరెక్ట్ హిస్ బిహేవియర్. అప్పుడు అంటారు, that's when you should state the behavior. What behavior you want to change, you should talk. Hey Ramesh, గత 1 week చూస్తున్నాను రా, నువ్వు ఎవ్రీడే 12:30 వస్తున్నావు, ఏమవుతుందిరా? అంతే. ఇంత సింపుల్గా పెట్టాలి. ఏ బిహేవియర్ని అటాక్ చేయాలనుకుంటున్నావు ఆ బిహేవియర్ని చిన్నగా in one sentence you say and you stop there. Hey, what is it you stop? Since last, my observation, since last 1 week, you have been coming at 12:30. I'm really surprised what's happening. Generally what we do, we don't do that. What we do, we get into action. Arey, you should know ra, you shouldn't come at 12:30 ra. You know what happens? This is a bad habit ra. And అన్నింటాక అసలు నేను ఎందుకు వస్తున్నాను తెలుసా నీకు 12:30 అని వాడు ఇంకో స్టోరీ ఇస్తాడు. అవునా కదా? మనం ఏం చేయాలి? యువర్ అబ్జర్వేషన్, యూ షుడ్ టెల్ హిమ్ దట్ దిస్ ఇస్ వాట్ ఐ అబ్జర్వ్ వాట్ ఈస్ హ్యాపెనింగ్ అన్నప్పుడు ఏం చేస్తాడు వాడు? హీ విల్ రెస్పాండ్. జనరలీ వెన్ యూ గివ్ అ రీడైరెక్షన్ ఫీడ్బ్యాక్, 3 different kind of responses you get. First response, he'll agree. అవునన్నా రోజు 12:30కి వస్తున్నాను కానీ అని రీజన్ చెప్తారు. కానీ ఫస్ట్ ఏం చేస్తాడు? ఫస్ట్ రెస్పాన్స్, he agrees. E candidate is a good candidate for you. You know what? When he agrees, you can get into action plan very easily. This is the first response. Second response, confused response. నేను 12:30కి వస్తున్నానా అంటే ఆమెకి తెలియదు. He gives you a confusion. Am I coming? I don't think I'm coming at 12:30. It looks like I'm coming at 11:30. ఏదో అట్లా confused response. Third, hard nut to crack. మీ వాచ్ చూసుకో, కరెక్ట్ లేదేమో, 9:30కి వస్తున్నా డైలీ నేను. ఈజ్ నాట్ అగ్రీయింగ్ టు వాట్ యు ఆర్ సేయింగ్. yes or no guys? We have seen in our life that these 3 kinds of responses you get. First response is the most easiest guy to actually, he's acknowledging and he'll say, Anna, you know, every day my traffic applicable MMTS work is going, and all those reasons he would give, right? You can still walk around with him. Second guy, confused గా చెప్తే అప్పుడు ఏం చేయాలి మనం? We are giving a feedback. If he says, No, I think at 11:30 I'm coming. Immediately, now as a feedback person, you should remove the camouflage. అంటే వాడు ఏది మాస్క్ వేసుకుంటున్నాడో దాన్ని రిమూవ్ చేయాలి. ఎట్లా రిమూవ్ చేస్తారు? You don't get into any feedback without having data points and your observations made. Facts లేకుండా పోయి మాట్లాడాం అనుకోండి, నీకే ఫీడ్బ్యాక్ వస్తుంది. అవునా కదా? ఓకే, 11:30. Oh, I don't mind. That's what you are feeling, brother. Let me tell you. Tuesday, Wednesday, you read out what you have actually seen, facts. And let me tell you, it's not 11:30. You're coming at 12:30. అని చెప్పగలగాలి మనం. చెప్పేసి once you give the facts, there is a great chance that they'll try to, okay, fine, but they'll try to give you results. So you should be ready. Third, if somebody is denying, somebody is saying no, I'm not coming. So what do you think we should be doing? But no, I don't come at 12:30. I come. నీ వాచ్ రాంగ్ ఉంది, నీ టైం రాంగ్ ఉంది, నువ్వు చూస్తలేవు అన్నాడు అనుకోండి. ఫ్యాక్ట్స్ చూపిస్తారు. అక్కడ హార్డ్నెట్ని క్రాక్ చేయాలంటే ఏం చేయాలంటే ఫ్యాక్ట్స్ చెప్తూ యూ షుడ్ టాక్ అబౌట్ దట్స్ హౌ యూ నీడ్ టు గివ్ ఎ ఫీడ్బ్యాక్. డోంట్ గివ్ సొల్యూషన్స్ ఫ్రెండ్స్, జనరేట్ సొల్యూషన్స్ విత్ దెమ్. అవునా కదా? ఫ్రాంక్గా చెప్పాలంటే నేను మీకు సొల్యూషన్ ఇచ్చాను అనుకోండి, ఏదన్నా మీరు అంటారా నాకు తెలిసిందే అది, కానీ మీరు సొంతంగా జనరేట్ చేశారనుకోండి సొల్యూషన్, actually putting into action that solution, there is a great chance, probability is high, because you feel that is your solution and which you can always act upon it. Yes or no, guys? So is it a good way? Can we agree upon this? So what is that you will do first when you are giving a feedback? Sandwich technique. Action plan ayyindi, mottham ayyaka last loaf of bread pedtaru. Emani? You should again use a positive. Let me tell you, I think you are one of those guys who take feedbacks very positively. I have seen in the past, you have improved on a lot of things. I know you will also improve on this. Any help from my side, I am ready to give all the very best now. This is again one more positive. You are saying that you are a wonderful person, you can do it, I know you can improve, and what you just have, you feel good. Is it important to use the sandwich technique? Very important, friends. You know why? హ్యూమన్ టెండెన్సీ కదా, ఎవరైనా డైరెక్ట్గా వచ్చి ఇది నీ నెగిటివ్ పాయింట్ అన్నారనుకోండి, సడన్గా వాట్ యూ థింక్ వుడ్ బి అవర్ ఫీలింగ్? థాట్ సడన్లీ రిటాలియేషన్ మెంటాలిటీ. హూ ఎల్స్ ఇన్ దిస్ వరల్డ్ ఇస్ పర్ఫెక్ట్? టెల్ మీ. అందరు నీ ఫస్ట్ ఫైన్, యూ హ్యావ్ దిస్ థింగ్ బ్యాక్. సో దిస్ కైండ్ ఆఫ్ రిటాలియేషన్ మెంటాలిటీ కమ్స్ ఇన్. ఎస్ ఆర్? Suppose if somebody tells one positive, one negative, first they'll say positive and then give you a negative. Still human beings tend to think, he told that positive only to give this negative. But if you use sandwich, there are two positive in between, one area of improvement, I'll say. It's not a negative thing, but it's an area of improvement. When it is given in that way, human beings feel it is a little realistic, practical. You know why? I know there are two things which are good in me. One thing I know I can still improve on, that I do it. Hence, I think we should sandwich our feedback only when you are doing redirection feedback. Redirection is changing somebody's behavior or performance. Sandwich, you say first positive point, state the behavior, listen to his responses, then if he is not agreeing, tell him the implications. If he is confused, give him the data. If he is agreeing, get into the action plan. Action plan, don't give solution, but ask them, knowing this, what is that you want to do to change this behavior? Let him create his action plan. And then finally, again, give him a positive point to close the sandwich technique. I think this is how the feedback should be given. Let me tell you, friends, the moment you get into organizations, you might not get an opportunity to give feedback to people. But personal life లో you are umpteen number of situations. అవునా కదా? రేపటి రోజు మీ సీనియర్స్ అయ్యి మీ జూనియర్స్కి ఇలా ఫీడ్బ్యాక్ ఇవ్వాలంటే ఏం చేయాలి? మనం ఈ విధంగా ఫీడ్బ్యాక్ ఇవ్వాలంటే ఏం చేయాలి? ఇప్పుడు మనం
ఫస్ట్ పాజిటివ్ చెప్పాలి.
ఇప్పుడు మనం ఏం చేయాలి? టుమారో ప్రాబ్లీ ఆఫ్టర్ 2 years 3 years of experience you should be giving feedback to your employees, right? Your subordinates in this way. సో ఈ వేలో ఇవ్వాలంటే ఇప్పుడు మనం ఏం చేయాలి?
లెర్నింగ్ అండ్ ప్రాక్టీస్.
Learn and practice. Learning అవుతుంది, practice is more important. లేదు కొందరు అంటారు, తెలుసుకున్న బ్రదర్ మేనేజర్ కానివ్వండి ఇట్లనే ఇస్తాను నేను ఫీడ్బ్యాక్. అప్పుడు గుర్తురాదు ఈ టెక్నిక్. ఆ సిచ్యువేషన్లో యు ఆర్ సో బాక్ డౌన్ బై ద ప్రెషర్, యు గివ్ హిమ్ అండ్ మేక్ హిమ్ ఫీల్ మిజరబుల్. దిస్ టెక్నిక్ యు విల్ నాట్ రిమెంబర్. వాట్ యు షుడ్ బి డూయింగ్ టుడే, గో బ్యాక్ హోమ్, look in your environment, in your workplace, in your personal life. There are some situations, our situations where technique use here. The more you use it, you'll strengthen this technique, and tomorrow when you have a situation at workplace, you need not really think about this technique. The way you give feedback would be naturally in that particular way. Yes or no? So can we agree upon this? This is called what feedback? Redirection feedback. 5 minutes ago, I'll tell you what is the second feedback, and we'll hand it over to Sai Kiran. Reinforcement feedback ఉంటుంది. Reinforcement అంటే ఏంటి? రీడైరెక్ట్ అంటే ఇది డైరెక్షన్ బాగాలేదు నాన్న, ఈ డైరెక్షన్ లో వెళ్ళని చెప్తున్నాం. రీఇన్ఫోర్స్మెంట్ ఏంటి? ఈ డైరెక్షన్ బాగుంది, ఇలానే వెళ్తుండు, నీకు బాగుంటుంది అని చెప్పడమే రీఇన్ఫోర్స్మెంట్ ఫీడ్బ్యాక్. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్, టుమారో యూ నీడ్ టు డూ దిస్ ఇన్ ఆర్గనైజేషన్స్. మీ ఎంప్లాయీస్తో, మీ కొలీగ్స్తో చేస్తూ ఉండాలి. మనం ఇవాళ ప్రాక్టీస్ కూడా చేసుకోవచ్చు మన పర్సనల్ లైఫ్. ఏంటి? ఫస్ట్ రీఇన్ఫోర్స్మెంట్. Somebody speaks amazing the way they speak. So I should give a reinforcement feedback. First I'll talk about the behavior, what he does good. Friend, brother, the way you speak is so amazing. I mean, you speak really good, the way you use your vocabulary and all. First behavior. Second, ఆయన చేసిన ఎలా అయితే చేశాడో దాని ఇంపాక్ట్ మాట్లాడతారు. You know what? When you do this, I have seen a lot of people getting really motivated and inspired. That is the impact which is creating. You will talk about the impact. And the third thing you will do is, you will say, hence, I feel that this is the one thing which you are doing good, you should keep continuing doing this. This is what you need to say. This is a 3-step simple technique of reinforcement. What is that? Tell what people are doing good. The second step is more important. How it is impacting the team, the organization, the home, the friendship. You should talk about this, and then pat his back and say, continue doing this. This is reinforcement feedback అంటారు. ఇది అవసరం పడుతుందా అంటే లైఫ్లో? చెప్పాలా? Redirection, whenever somebody does something, you have to give a redirection feedback. Yes or no? No option left. But the reinforcement feedback, we need to look around what people are doing good. Consciously we should go and start giving. Our trait manam penchukunnam anukondi, this is an amazing thing, and people start loving you. They start liking you when you start giving reinforcement feedback to people. It's one way of appreciating, acknowledging somebody's behavior, somebody's good behavior, somebody's good work. Avuna kadandi? Adi chesinappude people would be more happy. And with the same person, tomorrow if you do a redirection feedback, he will be more willing to take it. Yes or no? లేకపోతే ఏమవుతుందో తెలుసా? ఆర్గనైజేషన్స్లో, ఇంట్లో కూడా వీడు ఏదైనా తప్పు చేయగల కరెక్ట్గా వస్తాడు చెప్పడానికి. నేను చేసిన ఇన్ని మంచి పనులు ఉన్నాయి, ఎప్పుడన్నా వచ్చారని మాట్లాడడానికి రాలేదు. అవునా కదా బ్రదర్? మనం కూడా అంటాము, ఎవరైనా వచ్చి ఫీడ్బ్యాక్ ఇస్తే, బ్రదర్ యు ఆర్ నాట్ డూయింగ్ దట్. Did you see whatever good I did? Never you spoke about it. Today you are talking about it. They are very defensive. We are forgetting the very important thing. People are amazing. People do something really amazing. Good things, good behaviors are demonstrated. Are we identifying that and talking about it? The more you do that, redirection is still taken in a positive way. And this we need to practice. Let me tell you, amazing opportunities in our life, in personal life. You have your younger brothers, but you have your brothers, feedback. Go today and say, today I learned a 3-step technique of assertiveness. I use on you. Practice with it. You see suddenly somebody's behavior, amazing behavior, wonderful behavior. Go and say, Mama, the way you play, I think you are perfect all around. Why I say it is because you did this, all these things, our team could win. Keep it up, Mama. Do it amazing. He feels great. Yes or no? Tomorrow you want to give him a redirection feedback, and on that straight day, he'll be more open to listen to you. I think we should be doing that. These are few things which I shared, friends. This is what I just wanted to share in this 2.5 hours. So I'll take a pause here before I conclude. If you have any questions for the next 2 minutes, I can take few questions.
There is a time, means there is a situation in our life where we need to agree, like we have done something wrong. So how to express that we are wrong in front of others?
So I just wanted your name, brother.
Krishna.
Krishna. Now, knowing this situation, that you are in a situation where you have done wrong and you want to go back and sort it out. If you are in that situation, how do you want to do this?
I want to directly clear that, means I want to not directly going that way. First say that in that situation I was feeling like that, that's why I've done. But I know now that I was wrong.
How does it sound? Yeah? I think a huge round of applause, guys. Yeah. Krishna, I think that's the best thing you could ever do. When you know that you are on the wrong side and you have a strong feeling that you should acknowledge that and say to somebody else, don't waste time. That's the best way of winning somebody's trust. You go and say, okay brother, I'm feeling really sorry for what I did. That time I don't know why I did that. Right now I feel that it was a wrong thing which I did. I'm sorry about it. That's a simple way you do it. I know not many people do it, but let me tell you, if you do it, you are going to win that person as friend for some time at least. At least he start trusting you later. I think that's the best way to do it. Nothing to hide. Go just not say sorry. Hey, right now, maybe I didn't understand that time. Right now I feel that was the stupidest thing I did. Sorry for this. I know I might have hurt. I can't take back the feeling which I might have created, but really apologize. I apologize for that. Simple thing. That's the best thing you could do. Take initiative in doing that. Don't stop back. Right? Okay, thank you very much. Anything else?
There is a fourth type of communication.
Fourth type of communication. Okay, he remembers 3 styles. So, because he has one is aggressive way, one is passive way, one is assertive way. 3-step technique, right? One is passive aggressive. Aggressive to open, passive to open. 4th style is passive aggressive. What is that? If somebody is saying something, you are passive in front of them. You move out of the situation, you talk. You do not. You talk very aggressive about that. It's not passive aggression. One is open aggression, right there. Hello, don't tell me. First go and see yourself in the mirror. It is openly aggressive. One is passive aggressive. One is passive, one is assertive. This is okay, brother? Yeah, thank you. Fine, I think 2 questions, and I know you are thinking about what we discussed, so I'll do a little recap and then wind up this session. Friend, we started, we said public sharing is amazing and you should know how to speak to people. And we spoke about the communication styles, aggressive, passive and assertive, and we discussed and did a role play on 3-step technique. Can somebody stand up and tell me the 3-step technique of assertiveness? Yes, brother, quickly.
First, we should empathize. We should think that we are in issues.
Right.
Literally issues.
Yeah.
Second thing comes like just paraphrasing what your requirement is and how important is your situation.
State your situation.
State your situation and take time to state the situation and make sure that you give enough time to make the other person understand your situation.
Right.
And coming to the last point, coming to what is the action plan that you will in the future? Like
wonderful outcome. Can we give him a huge round of applause? Very well done, brother. Take it up. This is an amazing 3-step technique. You know why? You know what you are saying? First step you are saying you are empathizing. Why are you empathizing? What are you saying by empathizing? You are saying, I understand you. Yes or no? Second step, you are stating your situation. Why are you stating your situation? To make him understand. See the articulation? I understand you, brother. Better try to understand. understand me, can we work on this? I understand you, try to understand me, can we go by this? Is a better communication model, yes or no? But most often what is happening, अरे try to understand me mama, अरे समझ गया आप मेरे को, वो कभी नहीं समझता. Stephen R. Covey is an amazing author who said, seek first to understand before you are understood. Seek first to understand before you are understood. And this technique actually holds good. Yes or no? Wonderful, very good brother. You recall the 3-step technique.
According to human psychology, everyone wants their words to be valued or they want to be dominant. But it is difficult to remain silent. Silence is also a form of communication. So, in that situation, it is difficult to remain silent because we will argue. The other person says something and we say something against it.
True.
In this way, argument, instead of discussion, argument goes on. So, how to remain silent in such situation?
Yeah. This technique can be applied, any communication technique can be applied in an effective way when our emotions are managed. మీరు అన్న సిచ్యువేషన్ ఏ సిచ్యువేషన్ కైనా ఎమోషనల్ ఇంటెలిజెన్స్ అవసరం. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ we all know this technique, we want to use it, but that situation when your emotions are high, that fellow is making you feel bad, situation goes for a toss, you just give him back and you get into a lot of argument. Yes or no? Your ability to manage emotions are very important. That's where when you manage your emotions, sometimes you know whether you want to speak or you want to refrain. Keeping silent sometimes. But when can I do it? When my emotions are managed. Yes or no, sir? But I recall one very interesting incident. My lecturer, told when I was in my college. Very interesting thing. This is again about communication and silence. How you handle a situation. George Bernard Shaw. Anybody heard of him? George Bernard Shaw. This guy is a philosopher, columnist, and he's an English guy who criticized cricket. He said 11 fools playing and 11,000 fools watching the game some time back. So, a very interesting incident happened in his life, it seems. He was one day in England, London, he was walking on a pavement. That day there was a huge, big rain, a lot of rain, and all the streets were flooded, and there was only pavement to walk, the footpath to walk, and he was on a pavement in the middle, this side road, that side road, waterlogged. So he's walking on the pavement. And at any given point of time, only one person can walk in any given direction. He was walking, and suddenly there was another person coming from the other direction, and they are face off, looking into each other's eyes. That guy was tall, hefty and all. He used a statement, looking at George Bernard Shaw, he said, I don't give way to fools. George Bernard Shaw looked into his eyes, he said, but I do give. Now, what I'm trying to say is, your humor, your sense of wit, don't get into argument. You can't say, oh, you're saying me fools, actually you're a bigger fool. I'll make sure that you go out of this. It's an argument. Sometimes it's okay to step down. Yes or no? When you say silence is stepping down, I know even if I'm assertive, this fellow will never understand anything. Okay, that's what you feel? Feel. Fine. Thank you very much. You move out. This calls for a little emotional intelligence, brother. Sometimes, silence is something amazing. You don't want to say anything. You feel that if I say something, still it would be not taken in a positive way. This fellow will never understand, then you are the best person to decide to step down, remain silent. Wonderful. Is this okay, brother? Yeah. So, one more question. Okay.
Regarding that point, I always have a dilemma that I have heard a proverb that when you can't speak good about something, it's better to be silent. But there is a counter argument that when you be silent, it means that you are accepting your defeat. And so, could you give me a point regarding that?
That's fair. Use proverb contextually. ఏ కాంటెక్స్ట్ లో ఏది యూజ్ చేయాలో తెలియాలన్నమాట. In a context where you are supposed to speak, that time you are silent, that means you are accepting defeat. Are you getting it? In a situation where you feel that after saying everything also this fellow will not understand, remain silent. I think proverbs are generalized, but they are good, but they are all contextual. Yes or no? When you are supposed to speak, don't remain silent. They say, come on, speak, man. If you speak some
No, I don't want to speak. Here, accent. No, you are supposed to speak up there. Yes or no? Does this answer, brother? So contextual and situational anamata. A situation ఏం చేయాలి అదే చేయాలి. So that situation where you should remain silent, where you feel that it's like a pushing the wall. He will never understand. You know that. What is the fun of speaking? Remain silent. Helps you. Fine. So quickly, then we took a break after that practice and came back, spoke about feedback. What is the technique we spoke on feedback? Sandwich. Yes, sir. You like sandwiches? Yes. Yeah. Now lunchtime after 1 hour. Okay. So sandwich technique, 2 types of feedback we discussed. What is that? What you redirect? Behavior or performance? Redirect. When somebody is not going in right direction, you redirect. What is that? You reinforce something which others do good, which you feel they should be doing in the future also. That's what you reinforce. So this is what we have done, friends. I can remember this. Do a lot of practice. Go back to your brothers. Again, speak about what we have discussed today and see how you can practice this. So thank you. How do we are in a dilemma, where do we get feedback from? Brother, as of now, what I can say is, it's again, we are saying context, right? You want to take a feedback about your behavior, go back to the person who is very close and who has seen you in different situations, how you behave. Yes or no? So he's the right person. You want to take a feedback about your analytical skills or your problem solving skills or your competence, some competence. Go to a person who has that competence, right? And that person who has that competence should have seen you for some time to give you a right constructive feedback. So even right now, if you come and ask me, Anna, how do I talk? Did I do the role play? I would only say, good, I can't give you constructive feedback because I saw only here. If I see you over a period of time in some more situations and then I'll see some patterns. Oh, in these patterns, most of the time he does like this. So I would say choose the person in which context. See, is he the right person? In the sense, when I right person, don't think about his personality style, how he gives. Does he have the competence in what I'm looking for? Did he see me for some time? Then go and take feedback. Now, not every time you get an opportunity where you will have people who have seen you for a longer period of time. That time, if it is a domain knowledge, go to an expert and seek a feedback. But remember those techniques. What? While seeking feedback, right person. Second, non-judgmental listening. Is that not? Third is ask questions over. Ask for specific things. So when you do that, that is more than enough. So this is pretty contextual. Go to the right person is the best thing. But don't honestly seek feedback from everywhere. Because people might not be able to give you feedback, they'll give you advices. Advices can be costly sometimes. Yes or no? So go to the right person. That's what I would say. Yeah. Thank you very much, brother, for asking that. So it's been a pleasure. Thanks for inviting and thanks for being here. You've been an amazing participants. I know 2.5 hours sitting here listening to somebody is not a very fascinating thing, but you still made it fascinating for me. I think kudos goes to you, credit goes to you. A huge round of applause for my side. Thank you very much.